What it do? What it do, Moody?
What's up? What's up?
Back again. Inside the crib on the couch.
For our episode 76, our Sean Bradley episode, our Lou Groza episode, and our Warren Sapp College episode. There you go. I'm all wearing 76 in sports.
Nice. You got any Percy you want to talk about? We don't have anything on the docket, but
no, not really.
Anything frivolous you want to start the conversation off with?
No, not really.
No.
To be honest. That's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we're already going to talk about Cena's. I'm fine with Cena being retired.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the big conversation.
We'll get to Cena and Saturday night's main event recap in a little bit. If I had to talk about one, there's a new A$AP Rocky album that was announced.
Oh, yeah. Don't be dumb.
Yeah, that's coming out next month. Looking forward to that.
I like the artwork.
Yeah, with Tim Burton and whatnot. That looked pretty dope.
So a lot of good music has been out. Like I said, listen to Conway the Machine.
Yeah.
Can't Kill God with Bullets. But yeah, that's coming out. Who else? Monaleo. Her and Stunna for Vegas. You know, the new married couple. Remember, I was playing. Well, maybe you don't remember her specifically, but she was just one of the young women rappers. I told you my sister put me on. You were like,
okay,
I fuck with this.
Okay. I probably have to hear it again.
Yeah.
But the name is not ringing a bell right now.
Yeah. But her husband is also a rapper, Stunna for Vegas, and they have a new single that's out.
Okay.
I was like, this is their first release since they've been on honeymoon. So I'm like, I'm here for the love, trap and shit, like together. So there you go. Listen to that. I forget what the name of it is, but yeah. But Conway been killing shit. Obviously, I know I'm gonna explain that to you.
Yeah. I remember we heard a little bit in the car like last week or two. So it's pretty dope. I've been hearing some good things about it.
And the game and DJ Drama got a Gangsta Grills.
I heard. I heard a little bit.
I played one of the singles.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of that too, and heard people talk about it as well. So yeah, some music coming out. You know, New Year's about to happen. You know, getting a lot of movie trailers and stuff like that. Saw Avatar. Told you that was all right. You know, I know it's kind of getting mixed reviews in general. I think there's some people that like really like it. I thought it was better than the second one.
Yeah.
But I told you I was also under the influence while I was watching it, so that also helped out as well. Just sitting there watching this like technical masterpiece of a work, you know what I'm saying? Like so. But yeah, I definitely am gonna set a new career record as far as watching movies in a year. Definitely getting into 90s. So I think right now I'm booked up for about 91 movies, and that's not even counting Stranger Things in theaters. So
yeah, it's funny because like I'd say after coming off of Spotify, you know, it's my Wrapped I didn't care about because it had me like I listened to like 74 songs.
Yeah,
like you know, total.
Give you the same stuff,
and it's like I'm like I don't listen to it on there anymore anyway. But like I was surprised that Antenna Pod had their Wrapped thing on there.
Oh yeah, the strat tracker.
Yeah,
you can look.
That's exactly what I thought it would be, you know. But like the fact I listened over 20,000 minutes or whatever it is.
Yeah, of like the read or something like that.
Yeah. It's mostly D&D.
Yeah.
Like that, and then like the read and Ringerverse, and then or Ringer NBA. Yeah, it's Ringer NBA, and I like Joe Budden's last. Like,
yeah, that's why I like the Antenna Pod because it's actually a little bit more detailed because it actually like tells you the minutes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that stuff you can always like look up at any point throughout the year. So the only reason I never like am thoughtful about it because I always have to refresh my Antenna Pod. Like I have to delete the app and then upload it again for whatever reason, and it doesn't pick up the same information. It always kind of starts it back at zero. So I always forget to look at my breakdowns for what that is. So
and also my YouTube Wrapped said
my YouTube Wrap was good. Yeah,
you remember like you were the person to have like to pass the aux to or some shit. I forget what.
No, mine was someone to quote.
Mine was
a movie. I would always have a movie quote.
Yeah, and mine was the person that asked for somewhere to eat in the city.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh yeah, stay watching that shit. So
yeah,
I was like, I appreciate that one too. There you go. That's my per se. It's my AI telling me about myself. Basically, that's who I am as a person. If that means anything to you.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah,
I think that's a good enough amount of Percy's. Let's start the show.
Doors opening. Step back to allow customers to exit.
Update. Samson, my next partner. Oh, English roll. Episode 76 of the Wrestling Rehab podcast. We are finally off of the plethora of pop-up shows. We're done. At least we have one more technically in 2025. That's World's End. I believe happens like New Year's Eve,
The 30th.
30th. So sometime close around then. But we got one more point on the line for 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday night's main event. We just came off that is no contest matchup. We just have fun for those, and I'm glad we did because I was horrible in that. I went like 1 for 3.
1 and 3. You keep doing that.
Yeah,
that's all right.
you know what I mean when I say that. But yeah, I went 1 and 3.
Yeah, for some reason you had Cena winning.
That's it. I thought it was Rocky versus Drago, and I'm like, are they gonna let Rocky go out on the loss? And I'm like, overall it makes sense for me for Cena losing because that's what Cena would do. Cena understands the business like that. Cena is like, if I'm gonna go out, I'm not gonna go out winning. Yeah. Like that's not how you put the business over. People say all the time that losing the title is more important than actually winning it because you actually have to put the person over. And you want to make them look like, yeah, they are a worthy champion. And so be able to do that for someone else, like, yeah. And obviously, I think overall, I really enjoyed this match. I thought it went well. It was crazy to hear that it was the first time Cena's like tapped out in over like 20 years, which is like crazy.
Since like Word Life era. Like
2000, if it was 20 years, that's like 2004. And that's like, that's super early. That's even probably before Word Life era. But yeah, I thought it was very poetic at the end, especially like him kind of tapping out with a smile,
Yeah,
that was pretty dope. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I think for Gunther, he put on A+ matches all throughout the tournament. It might have been predictable to get to this point, even with Gunther winning.
Yeah,
but you can't knock the man for work.
Yeah,
you know, so he might be worker of the year just for
absolutely
what he's done. You know, not even just this past 4. You could just consider the past 4 weeks of what he's done, but his whole 2025, that dude's just putting on A+ matches.
Yeah, nobody would ever say that he's not giving you A+ ring quality every time that he's coming in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that I felt like really good about being right about was the Sol Ruka, was just because. Like I said, I mean, Bayley's indestructible. Like that's what I felt like. I was like, I think they already see her as like, they already in their mind have aged up. Like they're super seniors. You know what I'm saying? Like the 4 horsewomen generation. All of y'all are like, yeah, I'm not gonna say on the way out, but like there is another, I mean, new, hotter, faster, stronger, generation.
But I would still say between the 3, Bayley probably has the harder time winning a world title again. Because I think Charlotte is definitely winning at least 2, 3 more.
Oh, sure.
Before she retires. And then Becky, I think she could also continue to win a lot more too.
And my thought with that is like, it's not that they're all important, right? It's just that we're using, like, once I'd say Alexa being, because she's in that same sort of class. She's not 4 horsemen, but she's in that same class as them. Like that Charlotte and Alexa is effectively a stand-in for, Mercedes not being here, like as a tag team. So you got 2 of the horsewomen doing tag team work, Becky, another one who's like doing the work with the IC title and like making that worth a while, and Bayley helped bringing up the next generation also. Like they all they're slotted like in vet roles, just in different parts of the I guess I don't want to say different parts of different points in storyline, I guess, if that makes sense. Because it's not like, I don't see this as devaluing Bayley. Me as a fan, because I am a fan of Bayley. I think she can take this loss and it doesn't matter, truly. Like she can still, for me, she could still challenge for the title right now. But
I mean, for sure, she could. She can hop in there for a title match at any point. I almost feel like she's kind of like the Miz in that sense, where it's like really great character work, but also great ring worker. I mean, I think she's definitely way better ring worker than the Miz, but in the sense, it's like reliable pair of hands. Like,
I would have Bayley as Drew.
Okay.
Because I mean, not to be so much character wise, but like him always knowing that like he's worth the title. He can hold the title at any point in time, but like he's being screwed over all the time, right? And that's what fans have been saying. legitimately about Bayley, like her not having a WrestleMania spot, her not having a Royal Rumble spot, you know what I'm saying, or like whatever other pay-per-view. She missed another major one.
Yeah.
This year, or was it Evolution? She wasn't part of, right?
I think she was part of Evolution.
Okay, she missed like 2 of them.
The bigger one, she got removed off of WrestleMania. Like, the night before.
Yeah, exactly. And people were like, "What?" So she's got that Drew, in my opinion. But and then
speaking of Drew,
yeah, you can't predict it, but like we both had Oba winning, beating Cody. Yeah, obviously it's a non-title match.
Yeah,
put the guy over in John Cena spirit, but no, we just get a Claymore out of nowhere. Fucking Drew McIntyre coming up, and it's like, why wouldn't we?
It was a good match too. Like I was disappointed about it. Like I thought it was a really good match, and the ending, and it makes sense. Annoyed.
It does protect all 3 of them, in a sense, but it's still like
annoyed. All right, I'm annoyed.
Yeah, because you got to protect Cody. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, remember we was looking it up, and it was like, yeah, because you got to protect his size, and I was like, yeah, he's got to be. I was like, he's not walking a pound below 285. And then you were like, oh yeah, he's like 310. And I was like, oh yeah. It was like, oh yeah. That's tough to believe, Cody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about Brock Lesnar size now. You know
what I mean? Speed too. Like,
exactly. And youth. He has youth on you. So that's hard for me to believe.
It makes you look forward for the next time these guys are actually fighting. And like when Oba is clearly coming in a position where he's coming for that title.
Yeah. I want to see Drew and Oba too.
You think like Oba would probably go get the World Heavyweight Championship, but I could see Oba winning the World, the Universal title, or whatever you call that title, the WWE Championship.
Yeah, the undisputed WWE title. Yeah.
So that again, annoyed how it ended. It makes sense. I'm looking forward for the next time these two match up. Even Oba versus Drew.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, because when he shoved Drew, like that shit was funny. Because Drew's face was like he was shocked at how strong he was or something. And I was like, that nigga big, bro. Like that's immediately in my head. And then we both agreed that.
Oh yeah, and I do like Sol Ruka winning as well. It was a good look for her. Again,
because they haven't seen Soul Snatcher.
Yeah, for the general audience, like you're not watching wrestling on a regular basis. Like seeing Sol Ruka hit the Soul Snatcher, it's one of the best moves that you can see.
Exactly.
You know, and
you gotta put that over. Yeah. Like there's no way you're gonna be like, okay, that's it. That's what everybody's gonna think. If you're not a wrestling fan, you're gonna see that and be like, oh, this is over. Yeah. Like, it should be. But and lastly, we did agree on non-title match.
Only one I got right.
AJ Styles or Dragon Styles, we're calling him, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
And Dragon Lee not retaining, but against
it was non-title.
Against the Black Luchadors.
Yeah. Javon Evans and Leon Slater.
Yeah, exactly.
AJ slipped up on the ropes.
Yeah. Got to use that in storyline going forward next time we see him.
Yeah. Especially if it's like, he's the next guy to be retiring soon. So you got to have to build that story and whatever it's going to happen with him in the next few months. But yeah, I mean, obviously, great match. You got all 4 of these men in here, even with AJ being the senior in here. It's like he could still put in work. You hate to see him fall, but maybe that is part of story. I don't know if it looked legit.
Yeah, it was pretty legit to me.
Maybe, obviously, you could flip it into a storyline, but hopefully it is a work. And, that was how you're building into the storyline. Because it's like, yeah, I am the old man in here. Maybe I don't got it. And then he ends up winning the title one more time. Yeah. Ends up signing like a 6-month extension or just like an extension until his contract, temporary contract
runs out. Yeah.
But that's Saturday night's main event. The other big news at a Saturday night's main event that was coming out was after the Cena match and everybody coming out to, give their flowers to Cena. Triple H got a lot of boos from the DC audience. Shout out to the DC audience. I thought they were great.
Yeah.
Throughout the night.
I didn't.
But yeah. Shout out to them for the booing. They were obviously booing because they didn't like the booking, and I'm like, this is the generation of Cena fans where I'm like, I get it. That is like you were watching Cena when you were like 8 years old, 10 years old.
Yeah.
And for me and you, we were watching them. We were like 15, 16. We lived through an Attitude Era and things of that nature. So we're at least like we understand Cena. We like Cena. We ain't like Cena ain't our Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? We're like Austin and Rock era rather than like John Cena. But yeah, it seemed like the fans just got worked into the booking, thinking that Cena wasn't gonna lose. I would boo Triple H for numerous reasons. he has plethora of reasons to get booed out the building, but it seemed like a lot of them were just booing because they didn't like the booking.
Yeah, because the booking didn't cross my mind at all because it was always confirmed. I was like, John Cena's gonna die, so I was like, that's happening. So if I take that as a fact, and you all, I mean, I thought we all understood that this was a fact. If we're saying that they were just super Cena fans, like upset with the booking, and my thought was, I mean, just boo him because he's the boss. You know what I'm thought? Like that was immediately what was in my head. It was like, no, Triple H sucks. Like Cena's leaving now. Like that's by proxy, like sort of his fault, but it's like,
yeah,
taking into account that, like, I don't know, you have to okay it in some type of way. It's like, yo, it's this man's career. Like, you know, he's going out the way he wants. Like, you gonna boo me for getting old? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just silly. But
yeah,
I didn't have any issue with it.
It's like you have real world issues to boo with Triple H.
Yeah, you could.
And so I'm like, I don't have a problem with booing Triple H. I would boo Triple H, but not for the same reason. I feel like most of that night just felt like, yo, Triple H, like, again, there's like he writes the creative, and so they are like, hey, if you're gonna be the Vince McMahon of creative and you have final say, you could easily overthrow what Cena wants to do and say, like, no, you gotta win out.
Yeah.
But I just found it that was a big conversation that's been going on. And people have been saying that like Triple H hasn't really been hitting his stride. He's kind of fallen off his stride since he first came in booking, and like, you know, maybe he should, you know, give up the reins or something like that, which I think that's a bit premature, but they're not as high on Triple H's booking as they once were.
I mean, people have peaks and valleys. I think it's I don't think he's even been shaky, really. I've enjoyed the booking all the way up until this point. I think also injuries are always on. You know what I'm saying? So when your big project you've been working on is like already has a shaky foundation, or is, I mean, in a real world analogy, just mired by injury, you know what I'm saying? You gotta roll with the punches. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what a lot of this is too. So I mean, yeah, fans can always say there's a better way to do things. Like I said, I mean, as much as we, you know, fantasy book things, I'm always like, yeah, I like my booking better.
But how would you rate the Cena run? Because his last year, especially with the heel turn, the Travis Scott of it, you know, how would you rate
that's
aspect of like the last time is now?
Okay, sure. Just specifically to Cena, yeah. Okay, that's something else. I was thinking
about not even Triple H. I'm just asking in general, like, how would you rate the last time is now run for Cena?
Okay, so just Cena's last run as a whole. Okay, I give it like a A- for sure. I mean, because it just took, like the Mania moment, it just sucked the air out of the room. Like what are we doing here with? I mean, you know, in hindsight, we're like, what are we doing here with Travis Scott and The Rock? You know, thinking it's going to be something like groundbreaking, earth shaking. It's none of that. It's just like an image, effectively. So that obviously, it got off to a sputtered start, kind of like similar to like when the Death Riders became the Death Riders versus, you know, what were they? Blackpool Combat Club. You know, they had a very sputtered beginning. I feel like that's kind of how I felt about like Cena's turn, and even like getting a hold of that character up until we're like, oh, okay, this is all the way it. All right, we're fully evolved Cena heel now. Okay, got it. You know, like that was very rough. But I mean, outside of that, like, yeah, some of his best work in ring for sure. Like Cody's match. I mean, both Cody's matches, honestly. AJ, yeah, getting AJ back, getting well, not Ray. Who was it? Dominic, yeah. Dominic back to back.
Yeah.
Like
Brock,
that was nice.
Getting squashed by Brock one more time.
Yeah, exactly. Like and that's what I enjoyed about that match, is because I'm sitting here like, yeah, looking at it as a whole, it's like, oh yeah, that's a nice stroll down memory lane.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
it makes my heart warm.
Exactly. To be like, oh yeah, Brock is always gonna fucking smash Cena. It doesn't matter. So even in the last run, it's like that's it. So yeah, A- at the bare minimum, if not an A. Just because it's like, I understand, like, you want your, like, I understand Triple H, and we're gonna hang this on his head, you know, as booking. I understand you want to have the biggest this is an entertainment. You're competing with everything. So having one of the biggest streaming younger artists for Gen Z / Gen Alpha, and like a real needle mover when it comes to like movies, and like now getting like Academy Award nominations or Golden Globe nominations, like The Rock. Yeah, you're gonna try and make that work like as much as you can, and then you probably just get ahead of your skis, and it's like, oh, these niggas don't really want to do this shit.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what happened.
But that's why I kind of want to give it a B plus, but I could definitely understand the A minus just for the fact that I think the heel turn, and we said it in the moment at Elimination Chamber, it was like it wasn't supposed to happen.
It was supposed to happen at Mania, obviously.
And then you have the whole aspect of Travis Scott coming in when you should have been The Rock, and it's like, how much of that is beyond his control? The Rock is going to do what he wants to do, but I'm like, you would think, as much respect and as much of a friendship that he says with Cena, that he understands the business just as much, that they could have came up with a better solution. He's not going to just override him in that scenario. He's going to do it. Obviously, he has other stakeholders to match up, so it's not as easy as just saying like, yeah, our friendship trumps business. But like, they're both doing it for the business, and so it's like, how much I can't really put that on the booking if, again, there's just so many powers beyond that where I'm like, I don't know who even has control. But yeah, that and the heel run was underwhelming too. It was just like, man, that was it. But again, maybe that's the fans not wanting to boo Cena and wanting him to cheer. But it's like, you're also giving us matches where you're really doing the bare minimum. Because once he became a face, and then turned again, and then fought Cody, and then had all those kind of matches afterwards. It's like, okay, yeah, this dude could still kind of put on an entertaining match. Obviously, he's not what he was 15 years ago, but still can make you believe in a match and give you all the hits and everything, and still make it look good. And so,
granted, he's also like a legendary face, which is why the heel turn was so important, and why he was trying to hit such a far distant point. Like, I feel like that character is almost like calling it shot. Like,
it was too late because it was like so much. Like, you should have done it 10 years ago.
Well, yeah, that's where it's like. But once again, if you're gonna get it, then I mean, that's as good as you're gonna do it. I'm not gonna say that you could have booked that better. When it's like, yeah, he's like,
he could have still wrestled.
Sure. But in my thought of the character of it being like, oh, I raised your kids and all this stuff, and like, y'all are deadbeats, and I'm not gonna give you anything anymore, which is why I'm gonna wrestle these matches intentionally bad. And it's like, yeah, I get you. Like, I wouldn't book intentionally bad wrestling, but like, as a conception of a character of who John Cena is, that makes 1,000%.
No, yeah, Mick Foley did the exact same thing in ECW when he was like, "Yo, I brutalized my body, and all you guys is just you want more, and take it." That F that, I'm going to give you the most technical, boring matches ever.
Yeah,
where I'm just putting people in headlocks and just for minutes at a time, we're just laying on the mat, me just putting people in headlocks, and it's like in submission moves, and you're just not. Yeah, I'm not going to give you what you want anymore. And I'm like, that totally makes sense. I do think that's a little, I guess you wish there was a little bit more heel tendencies. Like that was just a little bit more too boring. But
yeah,
overall, I'll give it a B plus. But again, maybe.
Yeah, it was fucked up from the beginning.
I can't forgive. No, it's a B plus because you should have just did it the turn at Mania.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, like I said, we said it in the moment. It was clear. You don't do that.
That makes it a B plus.
I think that's where it's like, yeah, somebody was feeling the pressure, whoever that was, if that's Triple H or like, because he had the opportunity right now.
The event wasn't sold out. Then they wanted to raise up tickets, and so that's why they had all that shenanigans at Elimination Chamber instead of Mania.
Tough business. But
shout out to Cena. Gave us a great run though overall, and it's crazy. No more Cena.
Yep. He put the Skechers down, and I noticed in the moment, I was like, he ain't even wearing his actual like.
I can't, man.
His pumps, like he wearing the old man Skechers. Notice that, or what are they called? I was about to say enemas or something. There's like one called like it's like all vowels. I forget what they're called. It don't matter. But yeah, that was Saturday night's main event. Cena's last match, his last run. And Raw, I mean, we had Gunther drinking
Flagship, yeah.
I had that as a primo for me because I mean he just did exactly what he was supposed to do, which was just remind y'all of exactly who the hell I am, even though I don't have the title right now.
Yeah,
I'm taking out. I'm taking out your best, your favorites. I mean, considering you add in Goldberg too.
yeah. He's a new legend killer.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe I mean, we
take
have
out AJ.
AJ. Yeah, exactly. Because we get this.
Take out Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, for sure. I think, and then Dom will fucking love it. But having the segment just basically be like, I'm the best, and I just made him tap out like a little bitch, and then like clearly just drink it up. I'm like, I think that's all it needed to be because it's like the statement was made in ring, and that's what Gunther's character would say.
And the fact that it was never a doubt.
Yeah,
that
it never was.
Like the tournament was pointless. Like he dominated it from beginning to end.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that just shows like this man.
Like your poor hope right there at the end. Predicting Cena. Like
this goes to show that he is not to be played with. He is the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be interesting to see him versus Cody. For the undisputed title.
I mean, you would think he would want to win that because he lost last time when
he might win the Rumble.
Yeah, he might. I still think it's Roman right now, but yeah. But also, as he's leaving out, it's cool because you get the Adam Pearce. I go to. Would you say that was a yell? I don't think that was a yell. That wasn't like he wasn't at a 10, but he gave a stern talking to Gunther about like. You're just riling these people up, like you walking past everybody backstage, like Otis. I bet you're pretty proud of yourself, aren't you? Like everybody's just shaking their heads at him, and he's like, "Yeah, I am. I am proud of myself." And Adam Pearce saying, "You're done. You're trying to, rile all these people up." And we get AJ sitting on his car. I'm like, "Yep." I think that's why we said it in sync that okay, he's gonna retire AJ too, or he should. Maybe make that Mania. That's a good send off.
That'd be a good one.
That's a good send off for AJ. Yeah.
You want him to win the title one more time.
No. He ain't getting that. We got to channel all that hope into Finn Balor, and we know damn well Finn Balor ain't touching the title again. So.
Wouldn't that complete his what you call it? Grand Slam?
Like, yeah, between the
because he's held the undisputed title before, right?
Yeah, he's held that. He beat Cena for that title.
He's gotten the U.S. title. Has he held the Intercontinental?
I don't think he's held IC, but he still needs to hold the world heavyweight.
Yeah, he needs to hold the world heavyweight, and he obviously has the tag team.
Yeah, he ain't touching that.
So
he's done a SmackDown slam. He's already got all the titles on SmackDown. So there you go. That's the way you would just defend that. He's a blue brand Grand Slam.
Yeah. I had CM Punk as a primo as well.
Yeah, I moved mine up when because I realized I remember I had it initially broken in two halves. And I just thought the combination of all of it.
Yeah.
It's just CM Punk and Braun rivalry stuff. Primo. Go ahead though.
Yeah. CM Punk was really great. I thought, again, him being on the mic and just in general, this is always going to be good. So again, Braun Breaker has been giving equally as good promos. He's actually I want to say stepped up, but he's impressed me in the last few weeks, and I think others as well, just as far as like the intensity and just be able to just convey his message in a believable fashion. That again, CM Punk is going to do what he's going to do, and so it's like the fact that there is good verbal back and forth to building up this match on January 5th has been entertaining, and so yeah, great work on both sides. I will split that though. I'm not going to put the end of because I still have the reveal of the Masked Man as probably the shake.
That is shake. Okay. But no, those are, like I said, in a vacuum of CM Punk and Braun things.
Oh, yeah.
That's primo. Yeah, I put that separately as shake. Like the match leading of that and the reveal of Austin Theory being the Masked Man. When similarly, as we said with Gunther, predictable first thought, right?
Yeah.
So.
But I'm very curious to see how Austin Theory develops as a character within Paul Heyman alignment.
That's also
not even on kayfabe, even on the shoot of just being in the vicinity of like him working with your character.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be interesting to see how he evolves.
This is the reason that I slightly wanted to push this into mid, even though, like I said, in the reveal, like I said, still a shake in a vacuum for it to just be Austin Theory. Because I told you just last week that I was like, I'm all about this masked man shit, especially if it's not Austin Theory.
Yeah.
But at least they just cut it short and they were like, no, it's just who you think it is. So
don't worry about it.
At least they didn't drag it out and be like, knock us over the head with it. But yeah, because we get the setup for this. This is Logan Paul actually getting the win over Rey Mysterio and Rey about to pick up the brass knuckles that Logan dropped, and he gets stomped by the masked man, as we just said, Austin Theory. But also after the match, we get a CM Punk run in for the save, so he's not getting his ass beat. Runs in with the chair and all that stuff. That's when
it's revealed that it's Austin Theory, and then he's on the ropes, turns around and gets speared by Braun Breaker.
And then very good mic proximity work to still catch the words when you can very clearly hear Braun say, like, you ever talk about my family again, you won't be standing on 2 feet ever again. And that's like, that's all you gotta do.
About his family,
I don't give a damn. I'm irrational.
Talk about you gonna take his wife.
I don't care. It don't matter. Hypocrite. Exactly. That's why it's funny, because he's a bully. Like, it works for his character. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Like I said, because I think CM Punk is always gonna win the verbal fight. But Braun Breaker could snap him in half. He has youth, speed, and explosion on him. So it's like, as long as he's able to, that's Braun Breaker's whole character, is that as long as he can control his emotions, he'll be like, the world is his oyster. Like, he'll fucking kill anybody, as long as he doesn't, like, run himself into a corner, post, and then, and
the snaps on the ref.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing that's holding him back. That's the way I read his character. And also, this is the last thing. I didn't put this as a thing, but this was a thought that I had, because with it being Austin Theory being the masked man, Logan Paul is just part of the vision now.
I believe so.
I believe so too. So, because this is what kind of cemented it for me, where if Austin Theory is part of the vision, which I'm pretty sure obviously he is, because this is the guy he's been doing dealings with, or he's paid Austin Theory twice over to like come and interfere on his behalf. So I guess I see now the vision. That's the name, right? The vision is just that the group of the young guys now. Because Seth is out.
How it's always been. Like, it was kind of like how Judgment Day started.
I would sure. I mean, Seth is too big of a superstar for me to say that that's how it started. I wouldn't say that's how it started. I would say Seth Rollins was building his bloodline more than anything. Not this exact same thing, but just, in his like faction wise, where I told you before, he's supposed to be at the top of mountain, like holding the title still right now, in my belief. So, and he's like the one running Ryle. This is his WWE. Similar to like the power that Roman had at that point in time.
Yeah.
Not built the same way. But with this happening, and like Seth being, I don't know, Rumble out at least past Mania, I don't know.
Probably a year.
Yeah, whatever. You got Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and now Austin Theory. That's not a bad like evolution. You know what I'm saying? Kind of just look. Where it's like, I see that now, where it's like, we were saying that before, where it's like, oh, that's going to be Seth's evolution, 4 people. And then now I see all 4 of these people, and I'm like, that works for me, honestly. If we're going to go with like, I can see all of them distinctly, like the Enforcer, the Hothead, the cold-blooded, sleuth, which would be, Austin Theory now, and like the superstar, the braggadocious superstar.
Yeah.
That's an image to me. That's a fucking boy band right there. So I just want to say that's immaculate. Like, if that's the look and we're dominating similarly, like Braun Breaker holding the title at this point, this time next year, clearly. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot.
How do you get into a War Games match? Like, it'd be like, because I'm thinking, like, is it Punk, Roman, Cody, and that's 4 on each side right there.
Gunther? No, Gunther would be somewhere else. Not, not Gunther. No.
Jericho.
Yeah, there you go. Old man Jericho. Just throw him in there just because.
And then they got to find somebody else on the
I like that
division side.
Mm-hmm. And then that's
maybe
real old
Dominic or something like that, or maybe it's Ray and Dominic.
Yeah,
but
we got to have a Dominic unmasking Ray match still too. But anyway, that was my full vision. That's what I was trying to say. That I was like, okay, this actually came together for me after I was like, Austin Theory clearly worked on that mask pull.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did at least like half a dozen takes of that.
It was a lot easier this time because he got a shaved head now.
Yeah, and he just did the slow, like he was on a soap opera. Like he worked on that. I was like, that's good.
He worked on that in the mirror.
Yeah, exactly. He did the hard look up through the brow, eye line, stare the camera, find it. Like, that was
good. We had a mid.
Yeah.
Maxine in her first title defense.
Yeah.
Defeats her friend, Ivy Nile.
Yeah. I mean, Ivy Nile, I know, like, she got in her face and she was like, I guess she came to her as a woman, like, as a competitor and stuff, but, like, you can't, like, come off tough when your voice is so high like that. Like, and that's where, even though, like, Maxine, we understand that she's, like, still getting better in ring. That's the thing. She's still improving. We're in kayfabe, we're believing that. Whereas, like, Ivy Nile is just, like, stronger. We're pretty sure we would say that she's the more explosive of the two. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, you talking shit, even to Maxine, I'm like, you're not scary, dog. Like,
say that to Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's not the same thing. Ivy Nile is not Mike Tyson though. Now, if she had Mike Tyson abilities,
she would bench press you.
If she had Mike Tyson abilities,
Ivy Nile could bench press you.
That doesn't impress me though. That doesn't impress me.
Okay.
I'm 200 pounds. I mean, that's cool.
A human body weight.
Yeah. 200 pounds.
That's what I'm saying. That's not like regular, like, plates.
Sure. Yeah. She's doing, I mean, that's 2 plates on either side.
Yeah.
That's all that is. I mean,
your body weight.
Sure. But like I said, as much as she gets up more than that, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, I'll look at her and be like, yeah, you can.
I'm saying, but if you do a set of 10, you be like, that's not impressive.
I mean, I'm not in the gym like that. So once again, I'm talking about in the kayfabe of I'm a Maxine guy.
Yeah.
You coming at like Ivy Nile coming at Maxine, and I've seen what my girl is doing in the gym. I'm not afraid of you. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't make it me, not me for real, for real. I'm talking about in kayfabe as a Maxine rep. I'm not impressed. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, I knew my girl Maxine had it wrapped up. Like, for real. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, take some of these shakes off my hand.
No, we have one more shake, and that was Usos getting the win over New Day.
Yeah,
they're crazy. They said on broadcast it was their 41st match. It's like crazy.
Yeah, that is wild.
That's why it's like it's a shake. Like, we've seen so many. We know there's better out there.
And just the fact that we haven't seen New Day recently, and we just had a whole reunion segment of the Usos, you knew the Usos was really winning this. So I said, unless this is like this just continues like what I was saying before, is like, I'm with you. If like we just made a hard cut of Jay into like the tag team division, then that's like, okay, we must have like finally come up with our plan for the world title, I guess, where it's like, yeah, we got to take Jay out of this, because unless he betrays Jimmy, I'm like, this is,
what are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing here? Like, that was such a start-stop, like, you know, I guess maybe that's on us being like so locked in as fans that you notice things like that. And it's like, wait, what happened to, you know, such and such? You know what I mean? But that's all I had to say about that. But I hope it's all not for, you know, I hope it's not a waste. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the Usos holding the titles, yeah, could be a good thing for the tag team division. Do we get another classic Usos and New Day match when we just got them just now? Like
I said last week, the benefit of this, if you want to look at it, is like we haven't seen this dynamic of a face Usos and heel New Day. And so that'd be the only intriguing thing about it. Outside of it, I'm like, nah, man. Like, you gotta find somebody younger.
Yeah.
Let it be your boys, Pretty Deadly. Move on over
or
something like that. But like something different. Yeah, I'd even be happy with the War Raiders.
Yeah.
But They already held it recently this year, but anything else from the flagship?
Nope, that's it. I'm glad you let me get mine. That was my vision thought that I had.
No worries.
It came to mind. I was like, okay, now I see it.
Let's get into Bodega NXT.
Yeah, this was the money maker of the week right here. This was the leading wrestling news.
Yeah,
I got it as a primo.
I got it in the mid.
Thea Hale getting a legit old school wrestling 1, 2, 3 pinfall count.
You gotta count it. You
gotta count it. Beating Blake Monroe in her first week of her open challenge.
Yeah.
Like, she would just said that she was gonna have this last week.
Yeah.
And we just saw, I was like, okay, I just had the discussion. Like, oh yeah, Thea Hale, I got faith in her. Very next week, she's the North American champion because of a springboard senton, just like a good backs, not like a I guess would be her version of as a springboard coffin drop, effectively.
Yeah.
Honestly. I guess it just knocks the wind out of Blake.
Knocks the wind and probably bruised some ribs because I think she was taped up afterwards.
Yeah. She got her arm up, like looking at it.
It was after, no, the way they showed it on the highlight. That's not how it showed on TV.
Mm-hmm.
That was
it's not the way it showed on TV. It was a different angle.
Yeah, it was a different angle. In the regular angle, she did not get her shoulder up.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that was the thing, is where, because watching that, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's clear as day.
Mm-hmm.
And even when you have those moments of like, we're in the Unreal era, I guess, if that's what you were going to say, because we show so much of behind the scenes and everything's a plan and it's all kayfabe, right? I mean, we get the shot on camera of like Blake immediately talking to the ref, like dog, like what happened? And he's clearly like, yo, you ain't get your arm up, like, or you didn't like kick out hard enough, you know? I believe it. That's just what I'm gonna say, because having the spot for Thea last week and then just to this week, I'm like, yeah, I felt like that could have, like, at the bare minimum, I would have liked more build to her winning the title for the first as a Thea fan. I'm like, dang, I wish there was more. There's clearly more meat on the bone, and I think it's interesting because we never get to see it like that, in the sense of like they haven't been chasing it long enough, you know, where it's like now I felt like Thea was officially, because she only just came back like what 2 months ago. Well, I remember she popped out of like Joe Hendry's cake, with a surprise, because to challenge for the mixed tag team titles. That was like that
about a month ago.
Yeah, so I was overestimating. So I'm like, that's a month ago she came back. So I mean, I'm all about it. We'll see what
I'm happy for her as well. I think it was just the uncertainty of like how the emotion happened. It was like you could tell it was not supposed to happen like that. Yeah. But again, if that's the count, that's like if they don't get their shoulder up, you can't not pin it. Like the same thing happened when the Nia, Jade, and Tiffany match. When that whole thing where it's like the ref just stopped counting and counted 2 when it was like she clearly didn't get her shoulder up. Like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
You gotta count it.
Yeah.
And so I'm not mad at the ref. I just wish that, and I'm happy for Thea Hale to win her first singles title or title period. I just wish it was actually like planned.
Meant to be so.
Like we could all be in that enjoyment rather than like what the fuck just happened.
And that's where I say it was supposed to happen, because everything in the real world is in God's hands. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, hey, that was meant to be. This is her time to shine. Oh well, she got the title now, and I'm like, I hope this doesn't end up being another phantom title change where it's like, by this time, like 2 weeks from now, it's like, oh, Blake, won it off screen, in a tournament or some shit. Like,
I mean, word on the street is that it messed up with their pre-records and that they had to stay and like do a whole bunch of.
And that immediately made me chuckle hearing that, because I'm like, why aren't you doing your shit in order? So, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like if you're talking about backstage segments and stuff, right? That makes sense to record because like that's not physical. But like you should record the physical things in that order. So if they have any matches that are recorded ahead of that, that makes no sense at all. Like,
I don't know if that's how it worked like that, but that doesn't make sense as you're saying.
Exactly, because like once again, it's nothing to re-record a backstage segment. That's fine, but it's like the physicality. That's where injuries come from. That's the real risk of the job. So I thought that was real interesting when I heard that. But I was like, why would you even do that? Like, you should record in order. But So that was a primo.
That was a mid for me.
Yeah. The other primo that I had was Leon Slater winning the #1 contendership in a fatal 4-way match.
Yeah, I have that as a primo as well.
That was against Dion Lennox and Joe Hendry, and who was the last one?
Miles Bourne.
Yeah, Miles Bourne. There we go. And
surprise.
Yeah, I mean, not in the sense of like the spectacle of the match. I think that's
I'm surprised with Leon Slater winning.
Oh, okay, yeah, true. Well, you would have had Miles Bourne here.
Somebody from NXT.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I would have had Dion Lennox just because he's faced up with Oba for whatever the fuck reason. And I'm like, and they've shown that at least twice backstage. Where I'm like, okay, they really want us
I think something Oba said to him like way back. He said something like slick.
Yeah.
Or not meant to be slick, but he took it personal. And Dion Lennox feels like he's leveled up since. And is like, yo, you ain't as tough as you think you are, and I can probably take you out.
Because like what cemented it to me, what I told you was honestly, Oscar of the year. Like I said, for stupid category for next week, but Oscar of the year, hands down, it's Saquon Sugars. Like a few weeks ago when he was like, man, I ain't even tripping off that title, dog, man. You know, I even want that shit for real, man. That's you earn that shit, my nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, yo, that's a real guy right there. That's a real nigga. But because since then, that's when it's like, okay, Dion Lennox is really trying to. I know his name as compared to the rest of Dark State. You know, so I know those.
You made it into the. Up the rank.
Exactly. So that's who I would have taken. But yeah, that Leon Slater. Surprising. He's gonna
Swanton 450.
Yeah, and then clearly we're just gonna get the spot where he's gonna hit him with the Swanton 450, and then Oba Femi's gonna hit the big show on him and just fucking Brock just throw his ass off. I remember who was that? Yeah, Brock threw off Rey Mysterio. He like threw him like out of the ring. Look, that shit was crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to Leon. I'm excited to see that match between him and Oba. Maybe Javon Evans cost him that match.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Speaking of Javon,
exactly.
I have this as a primo. You have this as a mid, so kind of a vice versa of the Thea Hale situation. But yeah, I have the Ricky and Javon rivalry as a primo. I thought that was a pretty good segment, and then Ricky getting the best of him and hitting the Rochambeau through the table.
Yeah, a guy of an appropriate size, and the table broke perfectly. So yeah,
I thought that was a great segment.
Good. I mean, he's great on mic, obviously. I like Ricky there. I think this is probably, like you said, in a more logical sense, you're probably right with your order of it. And I think it's my fan, or not. I think I know for a fact. Like in the moment, watching Thea Hale win the title was like, what the fuck? Like, oh shit! So like, I can't escape that.
Yeah.
And not to say that there's room for more primo shit because like you had said, adding it up, like that does go perfectly well together, like with Javon just being very thinly framed, and where I like it's actually appropriate for him to hit Rochambeau on him versus where I'm like, nigga, you have to do something else versus Oba Femi, and we see the tornado DDT all of a sudden. He's really getting that over. So yeah, maybe that is a primo. And Ricky just saying, I liked it enough where it's like he's just selfish effectively and just being like, yo, I tried to put you on game. I tried to give you a chance that I was letting you softly know that was my time.
A few weeks back, it's like they're having a friendly banter, but then at some point, Javon's cockiness was getting to Ricky. And Ricky
wasn't reading it. Yeah, he wasn't reading it.
Ricky took it personal.
Yeah.
So
that's where
I'm excited for this rivalry. I think this should be really fun. I'm curious to see what kind of character development get out of Javon specifically, but even how Ricky evolves his character and like you get a little bit more ego coming through his character. So excited.
Yeah. For the mid on here, my mid I had was Ren QCC.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Getting a tap out victory, a decisive win, tapping out the champion
Kendall Gray.
Yeah, Kendall Gray, Evolved champion, getting a tap out victory over Fatal Influence.
That was JC. I thought that was over Fallon.
Or did I say that? I meant that I meant the champion tapped out, like because Kendall Gray is champion and she tapped out the
Yeah, I thought
Yeah, I was trying to say that she was champion, tapping out Laney Reed. That's who it was, right? That's JCJ.
I thought you wrote JC in the.
Oh,
in the
see,
doc.
yeah, I did write JC. Okay,
And
yeah.
I was like, I
think it's Laney, right?
I think it was Fallon.
Fallon. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Those two. All right.
Yeah.
I gotta get them straight. But either way, this was a great showing, honestly, just in ring where I'm like, okay, yeah, Kendall Gray, she actually can go, you know.
Yeah,
showing
she could probably definitely move up the ranks pretty quickly. That's what we've been saying.
And showing like, you know, I saw like the little montage of like her like background story and stuff like
her
that.
Being like a wrestler.
Yeah, she's the only girl on the, you know, the guys team, obviously wrestling all the guys and everything. So it's like, okay, and that the amateur wrestling showed very clearly also.
Just really good timing.
Yeah, no, very smooth at that. Where I was immediately kind of like, I'm not gonna put her at like Oscar level. I'd say Oscar level agility for sure. But I mean, I think all that comes in ring, like, you know, feeling it out, that type of shit. So, but I would love to see her in like 5 years' time.
Her versus Roxanne.
Yeah, sure. There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. We're both very good sets of hands.
Yeah.
The last thing I don't have this on here as shake. I probably should. Ethan Page.
Yeah. Ethan Page in general, I put that as a mid. Like, he was great the entire show, whether it be when Moose came out or his backstage conversation with Chelsea and Ava and them getting booked into a mixed tag match and whatnot. So
you're gonna make him defend this twice in 1 week? No, not everything's always about you, Ethan.
Sol Ruka getting her US championship match against Chelsea Green. So yeah. Shout out to the Canadians on the show. And Ethan Page. I put them as a mid.
Yeah. And because in that segment you get, because he's just trying to celebrate being the best North American. Because my thought was, I was like, when I initially said I'd be mad at Ava if I was Ethan Page, that was before Moose even came out. Or even like Stacks. Because it's like, clearly, I mean, I guess my thought is you got to go to Ava to be like, hey, yo, I'm the North America champion. I'm your greatest wrestler on this roster. I need 10 minutes in the ring to talk. And then she probably okays that. And then Stacks comes out because he's like, well, you're the fucking North American champion. I told you I want my shot. So I guess Ava would just be like, yo, you got to deal with that shit. Like, you got your time slot. So anybody who's going to come check you, then you just got to deal with it. But yeah, getting the surprise that Moose is actually challenging for the North American title.
Not international.
No, and then he's challenging Ethan Page.
Yeah, my bad. I'm mixing up.
Stacks. No, Stacks wanted to challenge him, but then Moose came to interrupt. Yeah, but once again, do you believe it? Now it's the case of do you believe it? I think it's kind of just dumb now. It's just dumb. Like you can't book like a WWE title to lose to like.
I think if you think
we already, how long have we given this?
I
was like, how many shots have we given this? This is at least like,
I think Moose can do it because I think Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page is getting called up probably to the main roster with Chelsea.
Okay, sure, but in a vacuum. All right, I get when you're saying Moose versus Ethan Page. Yes, I mean Moose is like I consider. I mean he's the face of the franchise. That's his thing over there on TNA. So yes, he is a believable, credible threat. But whenever I'm just saying going forward, whenever it comes to WWE contracted superstar holding a WWE title, that outside superstar ain't never winning. Never.
We haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if it ain't now, like, and I've said it before, it's like this feels like a good time. This is the most I believed it. They've been giving this a little bit of like cooking, bro. If they don't do this right here, it's like, all right, man.
I think I'm gonna have to go with it. No, they said this was gonna be on a TNA end of the year like award show on like December 30th.
Is that what it is? Okay.
And so it's like, okay, it's not gonna catch the most eyeballs.
Yeah.
So maybe some shenanigans happens or something like that.
And then that would be the time.
Maybe you hold it. Maybe you hold that match for TNA's first AMC.
Yeah.
Television show.
Yeah. Whenever it comes on
January
television.
15th. Yeah.
Okay.
And so
Yeah, you be knowing that network shit all the time. So
it's been promoted.
I know that. I'm saying you would know. You got that in the Rolodex. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, I hope Moose does it. I think he probably does it. Maybe he might not do it the first time, but I do think that by the first Impact on AMC, he will win. Yeah. He will have
that's not bad looking.
The North American Championship. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah. We ain't had Reggie in a while, but anything Hank and Tank is a part of.
I actually like the OTM.
Match. OTM won, right?
No, they lost.
They did lose. Yeah. So it was just like
I was saying, even though like
you did say it was a good breakup. The way he broke up.
It wasn't a flat out loss, and like it's not like Hank and Tank just came back and just like pinned them flat out. OTM has had like some pretty strong booking the last couple of weeks, and so the fact that it was trying to set up for a suplex, and then he got bumped in, and then they kind of rolled into a schoolboy. I was like, okay, there's a little bit of a back and forth that can happen here, and I thought it was a pretty decent match. I actually thought it was probably shake at best, maybe mid at best, probably in shake.
Yeah, that's all. I'm not gonna be mean, so
I get it. You're just not a fan.
I'm just gonna leave it right there because I'm not gonna beat him up. So
let's move over to the coffee shop. Dynamite, holiday bash themed episode.
Yeah.
I'll just get my easy one out the way because I'll just be inconsistent. C2.
Yeah. C2 is always, like I said, that's why I'm breaking it. I'm breaking it down.
Yeah, you can itemize it. For me, it's just like I see a couple good matches. I'm like, yeah, this whole tournament is still the bomb.
I think
it's the best. It's the best wrestling you're getting right now on television.
No,
so
I guess
they're just continue to hold their primos. Obviously, I think the best match was probably Pac.
Yeah, Pac and Fletcher is the best.
Fletcher was the best one, but yeah, Orange Cassidy, Dorado was good. And you had Moxley and Roderick Strong also was pretty entertaining as well. But
yeah, I think because I guess it's also sort of a sense of predictability. Not all the time, it's not going to be like that.
Was a little bit more predictable.
Yeah, because I would have liked Mascara Dorado to actually beat Orange Cassidy. That would have been fucking sick because he would have gave him 6 points versus Orange Cassidy. But Pac getting the win over Fletcher, like those two is going absolutely at it. Like, man, Pac as strong as he is to be as like,
nimble?
I guess I can only think agile. I know there's another word for agile, but like sure,
yeah,
like light on his feet, kind
nimble.
of like I guess nimble. That is the word I'm looking for. It's like, bro, like the fact that this man can do a standing like corkscrew fucking moonsault and shit like that, and like in less than a second later pull you out of the ring for a stalling suplex in this match, like come on. And then also like still being once again nimble. This is the word because he's also playing the flyer in this, but he's just a strong flyer. Where like Kyle Fletcher gets him up in that tilt-a-whirl, like he thinks he's going to pull him around, but he ends up realizing he's in the brutalizer, and he's like, "Oh shit, I need to get out of this." But yeah, I also really liked. We didn't watch it before, but like there was after the show, they've been doing the Continental Classic updates, like after the episode.
Okay,
and it's like they'll catch either the winner or the loser, not all of them. But like so, Fletcher they talked to this time. And he was like really upset because he was like,
back-to-back losses.
Yeah, exactly. Because he was like, since I said that I was like gonna take this whole thing, like it's back-to-back losses. He was like, yeah, I'm in a shitty position, but basically reaffirming himself as still like one of the best wrestlers in the world, and he still don't got a doubt. But yeah, like that. Moxley and his kind of was like alluding to the fact that still getting over the fact that no matter if he wins or any of the Death Riders win, then it's a win. Like, I think that's just like the little bit of embers of like us still supposed to be believing that they're going to turn on him because I would think they would just have him lose, right? To just put air or stoke the flames of that. To be like, if you're losing to Roderick Strong, like there's got to be some questions in the family, right? You know what I'm saying? I think they should have did that, but Roddy also in the post-match, or post-show thing, he just basically told us like, yeah, maybe I'm just gonna be the pin sponge of this place, basically. Like he's just gonna eat all the losses. That's kind of like where he's like, I'm still gonna fight with all my heart, but He knows the position that he's in, kind of. So that's the update from all the C2 guys after their matches. At least all the ones that spoke. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously you're starting at a primo standard. So primo, Pac, Fletcher, and then primo mid was Orange. I preferred Orange Cassidy and Mascara Dorada over Mox and Roderick Strong. But that's what I got for you on the whole C2 rundown.
Nice.
The other ones that we did on, the big one, because we care about the title, right? The AEW Championship.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And we get this temporary alliance of Hangman and Swerve coming out and interrupting the ops. And for them to just be interrupted further.
I mean, there was a contract signing. And they signed for a triple threat.
True, yeah.
At World's End.
And then we get the return of MJF, where I enjoyed this, like him cashing in his
immediately, without hesitation.
Immediately. Because this is the thing where I'm like, this is probably as good as you can use it. Where, for whatever reason, Tony added the dumbass stipulation to like, well, we don't want to all the way be Money in the Bank. It's like, dog, we all know you're ripping off of each other. Like, this is your Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like, even if you just gave it like 24 hours, I'm down for 24 hours. 2 weeks is crazy. 2 week notice, like, where's my advantage? But anyway, him showing up and like we still know that the pay-per-view is 2 weeks out and you get the return. I'm like, yeah, this is about as good as you can do it. Like, just to add to the fact of like, okay, MJF, maybe he does win this. You know what I'm saying? Like, just have him return and be.
He had some pretty fair logic as far as why he wanted to do it. I appreciate that too, instead of just holding out that reason. It's like, again, he came out, immediately did it, no hesitation, grabbed the mic, and immediately expounded upon why he was doing it this way. And I'm like, yeah.
Because he hates you, Hangman, basically.
Yeah, he gave everybody a reason. And I was like, hey, makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, because all of them had their verbal sparring. That's exactly what happened, because all three of them were sparring initially. And then MJF came out and monologued on all of them. And yeah, that was great. Hey there, Seabiscuit. Yeah. Talking anyway, just hearing that, it's just like, oh yeah, MJF's back. I like that. That's a different dynamic. You forgot that we had on the show.
Popped and they sang a song.
Yeah, very simple.
Dope primo, and yeah, fatal 4-way. That's gonna be a tough one to pick. Anyone can legitimately win it, whether it be Hangman, MJF, Swerve, or Joe retaining.
Yeah.
Right now, I might have to pick, because I'm thinking about like it's Joe is a good heel, like kind of lead as like a champion. That I do think the rivalry or like the fight between MJF, Swerve, and Hangman to get to Joe, is going to be fun to see.
Absolutely.
So I got right now, if you ask me now, I'm going Joe retaining, but we'll see how the story plays out.
Me too. I would have Joe retaining also, and that would be Joe MJF in that order. Now that
I'll go Joe then MJF,
and then Swerve Hangman. I mean, like, I probably have Hangman there just because he lost the title to him. I mean, Swerve, when he won the title, he beat Samoa Joe for the title. So because he brought that up in his promo where it's like, yo, I beat you already in this exact same position. So that's why it makes sense for Swerve to be so confident also in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, great dynamic. It's a fatal 4-way, and you know, I guess I'd say a lesser predictable. Once again, I would guess the betting odds on that, but I think most people probably have Joe.
Maybe. Yeah, I think Joe gets.
But with the stardom that's in that ring, though, I'm just like,
I'd say Joe's probably like 50%. I would give MJF 30,
and then 10-10. I would have them tied, like Hangman and Swerve, because they're just a temporary alliance anyway. So they could devolve into chaos between each other at any point in time. Which they did a good job of putting over too. So
mids. We both agreed. Mercedes Moné, Athena, and the Mega Powers.
Yeah.
Getting the win over Babes of Wrath and the Timeless Love Bombs.
Yeah. Mega Problems, right?
Yeah, Mega Problems.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Marina Shafir, that's right.
And Mega Bane. Yeah. It was cool too to see the teamwork or lack thereof. I don't know. Because there was like the little hot tags that the person didn't see or notice, and then
Yeah.
Athena hits
The O-Face.
the O-Face, and then it goes on Willow, and then Mercedes ends up just stealing the 1, 2, 3. But hey, a team win's a team win.
I think because I
Is
like
that a situation where like you didn't do anything on the group project, but you still ended up getting an A?
Yeah, and I think Athena really is about her wins anyway. Where I think she understands exactly who she is, where being the forever champion and all that type of stuff, where I think at least Tony's as much as like I would say he's like relatively screwed over Athena and like just keeping her buried in like Ring of Honor as great as she is and all this type of stuff. Like he's doing her the one favor of protecting the O-Face. Like, because I said before when we were watching it, and damn, Willow gets hit with it. I was like, oh, immediately. I was like, yep, you ain't getting up from that. You ain't felt that before. Like the O-Face, you're going down. So it's gonna take like a Tony or a Mercedes. You gotta be 95 overall or something to like kick out of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So but yeah, it was very fun to like go back and look at that, the actual mechanics of it. I do want to say that I need more, I mean, they're obviously a new tag team, the Babes of Wrath. I just want to see tag team offense that makes sense. Like, you know how like Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boys, like would have or you'll see like the Lucha Bros, Ray Phoenix and Penta.
2 unfair comparisons, but sure. Those are two teams. Those are brothers.
Yes, true.
That you're comparing against a team that was put together
I just mean
5 weeks ago.
No, but I'm just saying in the sense that they have combination moves that make sense.
Yeah.
Not the fact that they're brothers, just the fact that when I see Harley Cameron like run off the ropes and then do the split leg, I'm bounce off the bottom and then it's like a splash, like as Willow lifts her into it. That doesn't that's not as impactful as you just going and doing a splash. That's where I'm like, I understand you're trying to get this off, but I'm like, you should just do like rolling elbow combinations.
Can't they have the time to build their chemistry? That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand what you're saying.
This is exactly what I
understand what you're saying, but like, you're also like, again, a lot of these tag teams are like, not like, they're not even starting on Alexa. Whereas, like, yeah, they are typically not in tag teams, but now they're in a tag team together, and so they gotta have to figure out how they might do combo moves together. It's the same situation, especially with like Harley not being as experienced. It's like,
yeah, we know she's on year 4.
I give them more time. They're still an entertaining group. Like, I still think like they're still an entertaining team.
I'm just saying it was obvious. That's what I'm saying.
It didn't bother me.
Okay, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Because obviously everything you said I agree with. I mean, I'm not saying that they should be taken off TV or something.
Yeah, I just don't want you to get the grilled on the feedback of just people like, oh, look at this guy using the Hardys and the Bandito and not Bandito, Ray Phoenix and Penta, as examples.
Brodito. There you go. They got tag team offense that makes sense. Like he'll run towards him and then he does a drop kick towards his leg and it's a running 450. You know, that makes sense. That's what I'm saying. They're not brothers. Just do something like that. I mean, they don't got to do that.
You have the experience.
Sure.
But I get what you're saying. I just think like it's hard to find comparisons. That's why I was like Alexa and Charlotte, but even them, like they're 2 of the most experienced people that they have on the WWE roster. So it's like they can easily find some kind of chemistry.
This is where AEW Dark existed for. You know, like because it was just straight up YouTube. Only sickos like me was tuning in, watching Dark all the time.
There was a one night only return episode.
Yeah,
put up like last week.
They need to just have that. That's dope. Like
maybe those are like their Saturday night main events or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, because you got to think about. I mean, yeah, or not even that. I was gonna say because WWE still records main events. Just that, and it's like, bro. Who's watching main event? Like nobody.
Even
like
if you watching Evolve,
exactly. Like Evolve and a main event is like at the same level. Like, come on. After like watching Collision, I'm sitting here like, bro, do I gotta shift NXT down? Like watch Collision and like because 2 hours of that, I'm like, but that's major shit that's happening. Like,
other thing that I liked on the show was the Elite getting the win over Don Callis family. I thought that was also a fun match.
Yeah, and they was in elite form too, like running all the hits and stuff. Like I haven't seen the assisted like Meltzer driver one wing angel combination, basically what they did.
Yeah.
When Kenny has who was it? It wasn't Takeshita. Josh Alexander, he had up in the one winged angel.
Yeah.
And Nick does the running like leapfrog to assist that they would do for the Meltzer driver. So I'm like, okay. I mean, you don't even need to do that when the one winged angel is one of the most protected moves, just like the Rainmaker. It's like just let him do it. But
one other thing I actually did have at mid, I have it at shake, but yeah, this is TNA related. But yeah, Santino gets betrayed by his daughter.
No, I put that down there, but yeah.
Yeah, I agreed with you. And then I was like, I thought about it more. I'm like, I put this as mid for the fact that like the segment on this and also what's happened on NXT, I'm like, this is probably the most I've actually cared about Stacks.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
I feel I have like this heel turn reminds me of like, the Stephanie and Vince back in like Armageddon with Triple H, where I'm like, okay, I'm intrigued by the storyline. I'm intrigued by this character. They're fighting for the mixed tag team titles. I'm like, I have faith in Ariana Grace. I'm really curious to see how Stacks grows into this because I feel like this could be a really good way of having him possibly be a breakout character next year.
I'll say it's the most
and going into 2026. And so, like I said again, what you're about to say, it's the most I've ever cared. That I'm like, hey, maybe he does end up being, maybe Ethan Page does get called up and he ends up being North American champion and, mixed tag team champion with his, fiance, real life fiance. Stacks might be having a year next year.
I was going to edit that and say it's the most I've cared with him by himself, I guess, because I would say I've cared the most I cared about Stacks was the D'Angelo family when there's the storyline of him, is he screwing the boss over?
Yeah.
So I definitely cared about that, but with Tony being gone and the family being gone, this is the most I've cared about Stacks because I didn't even know he was international champion until this segment.
Yeah, I didn't even either.
So that means that he beat Steve Macklin at I think it was a Rebellion was the last TNA pay-per-view. So that's where I'm like, okay, I missed that completely until I see the baby blue strap. I know that title. So but yeah, and also the fact that it's interesting because NXT being recorded or also released prior to Thursday, that's on Tuesday, prior to Thursday's TNA, because we get the segment of him challenging Ethan Page for the title and also talking about, wanting more gold and such and such. And then we also get on TNA Thursday, the Team NXT versus Team TNA Steel Cage match, which we've finally been waiting for the blow off of. And Team TNA wins. We get the pinfall win of Spin the Block. Mike Santana hitting Brooks Jensen with that. Folds him up 1, 2, 3. Everybody's getting out of the ring. And the tension that the story they have been telling over there is the tension growing between him and Ariana because of Stacks. And she decides in that moment, almost without hesitation, I think she did a really good job of like the timing of it, where it's like, oh, Dad, you're so healthy. I'm so glad you're kicking the balls immediately. It's like, oh, shit, Okay, so she's choosing her new man, obviously, killing their daddy to stay with her new man. So, yeah, I thought that was worth it. That's why I put it up here for the betrayal. I was like, okay, hell yeah.
In the real life aspect, that's his soon-to-be son-in-law.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's a good way to kind of, have a family bonding moment.
Yeah. And also family, because I had this called TNA's Family Affair. You had the debut of TNA's number one announcer, his legacy. His son, actually, the former SmackDown number one announcer, Funaki, Jesse Funaki, debuted in this on this episode. Got his ass beat by Jake something, but he was around here, and he was also in the 20-man battle royal that was later won by Bear. His name's like Bear Bronson. I'm pretty sure that's his name. So he's the guy that gets actually the title shot or the number one contendership shot for against Kaz for the TNA World Title. So that was the TNA corner that we attached to Dynamite. But that's everything that I got for that section right there.
Yeah, the only thing I got left to talk about is Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royale, ending with Ricochet and Bandito winning. And I have it as shake just from like, that was kind of underwhelming. I don't know if that's supposed to happen because now they're going to be fighting one on one to see who's the Diamond Ring champion. But I'm like,
it's Ricochet.
No, I'm saying like, is the match supposed that Battle Royale typically don't end with two people?
Yeah, no, they don't.
I was like, I'm like, that was kind of underwhelming. But also, like, where's MJF in all this?
Cop out. Yeah, exactly. Because it's like that's his thing. Where it's like, I feel like
this shit feels like this is a number one contender match.
Yeah,
to figure out who fights MJF for the ring.
Yeah, I like that. But
MJF is obviously preoccupied.
Exactly. He ain't thinking about the Diamond Ring right now. He's thinking about the Triple B.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for me on Dynamite. Anything else for you?
Nah, that is it.
Let's get into the book of wrestling. Book of Wrestling, 3 on the docket. What you got?
I'm going to go with the oldest one. This is also this week I found out. Another Phantom WWE title change. This occurred the 18th of December, 1979. And one of the lesser known Phantom title changes in WWE history, Bob Backlund defeated Bobby Duncombe in a Texas death match in New York City to win the vacant WWF title. The title had been vacated 10 days earlier when Antonio Inoki battled to a draw with Backlund in Japan and refused to carry on with the as champion as a result. WWE does not recognize this title change, instead recognizing Backlund as champion from 1978 to 1983. Antonio Inoki is all over wrestling history. Like, there's nothing without him. Like, dog, the fact that he's like, yo, I'm the legit WWE champion, and they strip him effectively, I guess. Or he's like, I wrestled to a draw. Like, I'm still the champion.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, no. We take it back. That was a mistake. We didn't mean to do that. Like, that's funny to me. So that's why I was like, oh, yeah, I had to put this one on here.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Antonio Inoki was fucking...
The Phantom ones are fun. Because it's like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Because that's at a time where you usually, you record so much wrestling or you have so many wrestling shows that, like, it's only the people there.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have camera phones and things of that nature. We can spoil stuff. It's like, whatever happens in this town happened in that town.
And they would know.
We can go to another town and they have no idea.
They have no clue.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll take the second oldest. December 19th, 1999. Goldberg ends Bret Hart's career and possibly starts a lifelong feud with Bret Hart. WCW Starrcade took place at the MCI Center in Washington, D.C., currently called Capital One. The main event is the most remembered as being the match that led to the end of Bret Hart's career. The specific incident saw Goldberg land an errant kick to Hart's head in their WCW Championship match that led to a severe concussion issues, forcing the Hitman to retire. Hart won the match by disqualification.
Yep, we've all seen that kick.
Yeah.
to the side of the temple, too. Like, just perfect. You see him when he gets down, immediately starts rubbing his head. Like, damn, unfortunate. And I just realized all these is almost exactly like 40 years to the day.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, 20 years apart, both of them. 79, 99, and this one that I got, 2019. Rhea Ripley getting christened. In the main event of the weekly NXT show on the USA Network, Rhea Ripley defeated Shayna Baszler to win the NXT Women's Championship at Full Sail University. Baszler's reign had been the second longest in the title's history. I'm pretty sure that's probably just after Asuka. After the match, NXT fans were invited to the ring to celebrate with Ripley in one of the most iconic scenes in the brand's history. For sure, definitely one of the best black and gold moments. Whenever you get the fan engagement like that. I mean, like we said, we're like those guys in NXT, they got to be like season ticket holders.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine those being like a whole lot of
those tickets are like, I'm pretty sure either free or like $25.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to get into NXT show. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they could also just guarantee it for full sale students too. Because there is notice there's a decent amount of young people for sure, like in those crowds. But yeah, good stuff for Bria before she's Big Mommy.
Yeah, yep, and becoming the hottest character in the company.
Yeah, and everybody's favorite dominatrix, basically.
Yeah,
everybody's like willful dominatrix characters.
Let's get into the last show of the week. Boutique.
Yeah.
SmackDown.
Yeah. I had for the primo first thing, Cody going on the offensive and his promo, because Cody being WWE champion, and also, when you see perfect production crews, whether they be before the show or not, I did see the alleged home invasion of Drew McIntyre, where Nick Aldis is there to basically be like, yo, you get your title shot, but hey, no hands on each other and all this type of stuff. And like Drew's like, no, that doesn't work for me. I want to do it on my terms. And he's like, fine, whatever. Long story short, Cody's there outside, like, Merry Christmas, asshole. Like, that I feel like would be that'd be way more threatening if that's CM Punk doing that, or if that's like the game Triple H. I mean, that's a Hall of Famer, but I mean, even Swerve and Hangman now. I mean, granted, that's both of their characters. I want a crazy person to do that. I mean, Cody's too clean cut, but like, we know that this is his old school coming out, because it's like he's always being pushed too far. That's his character. Like when he starts cussing and like using weapons and stuff, because you're always saying like, man, Cody should be healed by now. And I'm like, nah, he's badass. He's getting pushed to the limit. He's not actually changing up at all.
Compromises we make for white men.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you ain't lying. We're still supposed to be sharing this, man.
I probably would put this in primo, because I'm like, this is what makes Drew's character so good. Is because like, he ain't wrong, man.
Yeah.
He's not wrong. Cody assaulted this man in his own house.
Not in his house, but on his front yard. He knew where his house was.
Property.
Yeah, sure.
That's trespassing. And he beat up cops.
Yeah. Did he beat up a cop? He might have.
Yeah,
he threw one into the lake.
Yeah, like, that's assaulting cops.
And that's Florida. That's endangering in life. Because there's croc in lakes. You can't stand next to no body of water in Florida.
Like,
so,
and on top of that, his promo towards
Nick Aldis
was great. Talking about how he owns him.
It was great. Yeah. You work for me.
You work for me?
Yeah, that was great. That's primo.
What?
That's great.
This guy is egotistical.
I know, but he said he works for us, though. So he's not. He doesn't. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, nobody wants to work for their boss. You know what I'm saying? That's what patron saint Stone Cold Steve Austin taught us that.
The compromises we make for a white man.
I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin, he taught us that, right? Once again, that's another white man. He was okay with putting hands on people. But that's because it was his boss.
Yeah,
but
that's why it gets primo, just for the fact that I'm like, Drew ain't wrong, bro. It's an unsafe work environment.
Well, I told you my theory now that the unsafe work environment follows him.
Yeah.
Because he was fine.
That's not a bad argument either.
I'm pretty sure
Drew doesn't go about it the best way. But he ain't wrong, man. Like, look what happened to what happened to Damian Pierce. Not Damian Pierce. Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Like, he got jumped backstage by Aleister Black. So it's like, come on now.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that to people.
I mean, you can't interfere in matches. In pay-per-view level matches. They want us to
Drew goes about it the wrong way sometimes, but
and kicking the champion's head through the fucking table, like through the announcer's table. He ain't forget that. I mean, maybe he did in the moment. Once his senses came back, he remembered. But still, Cody got smoke with you. Like, you can do all that crybaby shit, but like, he's not more justified than Cody.
Yeah,
he's not more justified for sure. The other primo that I had on here, the primo in ring, Ilya and Carmelo, temporary alliance beating DIY.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that.
NXT's finest.
I would agree with you on that. Yeah, I said after the match, I was like, is Ilya and Carmelo tag team champions at some point?
I mean, maybe, sure. I mean, because we could get
it's a good combo finisher when you got the H-bomb and into the
nothing but net.
So
that's like that his guillotine leg drop to the back of the head. Yeah. And DIY, obviously, I mean, they're immaculate. So This was just a featuring of like what came to my head is NXT's finest. Just watching this, that's all that this was. Like this was black and gold era right here.
Yeah.
Next mid. Honestly, this is like this is scraping the ceiling of mid to me. Because honestly, I really enjoyed that. Just like you said, I'm here for the rivalry. I am too, because this was the title match for the MFTs to get.
And I asked you when the match started, I was like, "You think do we get a title change here?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I was pulling for the MFT.
I was thinking that it should have been, but
that's why I get some mid because we ended in a no contest, and I was like,
yeah,
that's
although
BS.
I would have, even though I like the work of the no contest because it was still it was great. It's not like the brawl happens and then we go off screen and like the episode ends. It was like the match is up, but we're just still fighting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So everybody, like the whole segment was still there for them. So that's where I'm like, I'm not gonna penalize them for the booking of that. Both of these groups are so dangerous and savage that they can't contain themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like that's clearly the energy that they're going for, and that's the reason that we said we wanted the rivalry. So the fact that we at least got all of that, that's where I think it's a mid. And like I said, I was about to put it in primo, but once again, I don't feel good with it being an ever like not predictable, but you know, because like I said, I wanted.
If you're gonna go this route, you got to give me like tag team Hell in a Cell for the world team.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, or like you need a tag, you need like, a tornado tag, hardcore.
You got to keep everybody out of the ring type of situation. I'm like maybe a cage, but I'm like a cage might be a little too small for 4 people.
Yeah.
So put it in a Hell in a Cell tag team title on the line.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, then I'd be like, okay. But at this point, I was like, no contest. Like
See, that's the thing, but by our logic, that's what sucks too, because we also said that it's got to be a title change. So if it's a title change, then we would have said it's predictable and put it in mid, right? If it's still if the Wyatt 6 retain, then what is it? It's a mid. And then if it ends in a no contest the way that it does, then
no, because I would if it was a no contest and I didn't like how they played it out, it would have been shake. Yeah. So I agree with you that the way that the way the no contest played out, Wyatt made mid. Same thing. If the Wyatt 6 were to win and retain, and depending on how they did it, it could have been primo. Yeah. And if the MFTs won the title and it wasn't how I probably would have imagined it, that could have been mid. But I probably would have had it at primo. So I'm flexible.
Yeah, this is as good as no contest can go. I guess that's what I'm saying.
That's fair.
This is as good as a no contest can be.
Yeah.
For that reason, it's almost a primo.
Yeah.
Because I'm still into the rivalry of the groups.
Yeah. Lash and Nia got the win over the Kabuki Warriors.
The tag team champions. They pinned the tag team champions. That was a big W. And man, Lash and Nia coming out looking like, Elf on the shelves.
Yeah.
Already matching tag team gear.
Yeah, holiday spirit.
Yeah. So that's where I was like, all right, y'all are official tag team, right?
Yeah, they've been doing that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Where I'm like, I had it in Reggie and I took it off because I was like, I'm sure y'all have matched a few times. And I'm like, y'all still ain't got no damn tag team name. But that's where I'm like, what I hold Charlotte and Alexa responsible for that. And I partially do want to. But the thing is, they're same generation and they also like are multiple time world champions multiple times over. You know what I'm saying? Versus like Lash being debuted as like, Nia's homegirl effectively. And like, another powerhouse. Because if like in kayfabe, if Nia scouted Lash and is like, oh yeah, this is the one, she's got a vivid visions for how they should be getting the tag team titles. That's what I imagine. But and with that comes name and responsibility. That's where I'm landing my plane. Nia should have name and responsibilities. That's what I'm saying. You scouted Lash out and shit like that. You gotta know what you're doing, dog. You're taking the lead. So, that was that.
Like I mentioned,
and Charlotte and Alexa came down and beat them down too. Afterwards.
Yeah.
So we still
held up the titles at the end.
Like I said, the women's tag team division investing. I mean, when you put the stars there, I care about it.
You still got Bailey and Lyra. Damian Priest, like I mentioned earlier, got jumped by Aleister Black and Black Mass in the backstage.
How many he got jumped? He got his ass beat. Like,
yeah.
I mean, definitely backstage he got jumped. He got hit from behind. But I mean, you got to know when it's on site. Like Aleister Black and Damian Priest is on site, so hey, you got to know whenever I see you, I'm gonna clock you upside the head. Like my nigga, that's what we do. We have a full. That's the great thing about being a wrestler. Like when Drew McIntyre is making these, breaking kayfabe appearances and shit, when he'll still be like, or not breaking kayfabe appearance, but like when he does like a Rich Eisen or something like that, and he's like halfway in character, and he's like, I get to kick people in the face and I love it,
Yeah.
And it's like that's how I feel like Aleister Black feels. Like, and I'm sure this is probably one of his best days at work. I feel like Aleister feels like. That's why I had it, because I'm like, yo, you was out here talking, and like he started off the show, Damien, with the we get his whole entrance, like, okay, here's Damien's music, he's talking, okay, 2025 wasn't all that good, 2026 will be all right, and then we get Aleister Black coming up, like, well, yeah, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Fuck out of here.
Yep.
Like, that's basically what the beginning of the show was. And then, like you said, jumped him and Black Bass him backstage. Hey, get your ass up on out of here. I ain't here for none of that. So I see this. I mean, they're with the character mechanics of Aleister is heel and Damien is like street dude, like tweener. It's clean. It's all clean by their metrics. So Damien just got his ass beat. That's the way that math works.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not gonna argue with you on that.
But other than that, the most important thing is Zelina looking great.
Yeah, that's always pretty much
exactly
presidential.
Yeah, presidential. And then the last thing that I had on here was we just needed the weekly reminder of who our women's champion was.
Yeah,
because we get the backstage segment of Kathy Kelly or insert brunette here. I forget what she even asked Jade.
Why did you beat Meechin up last week?
Oh yeah. And it's like, hey,
she was kind of give generic response of
generic badass, like, hey, she know what's up.
And she was walking, Meechin pops out of nowhere with a kendo stick and then gets one good wick on her until Jason Jordan, like you said,
my champion of the week. My champion of the week right there.
Grabs the kendo stick for her before she gets her second attack and then gets taken away with her and BFAB. Like I said, I mentioned I would have loved if BFAB was able to get the kendo stick and then make it seem like she was just trying to get it away, but really she was just like, no, I'm about to go back in and for a little bit more work.
Yeah,
that would have been dope. But I do have it a shake as well with you because I'm like, I do like it to the element of Meechin's character where she's a character that's not gonna take shit.
Yeah,
but I also know that
she's the woman Damian Priest, I think.
The way that she's booked, it doesn't matter. I like the fact that she doesn't take any shit and she's always gonna come to get back her lick, but it's not always gonna end up well for her.
Yeah.
And she's probably gonna end up losing regardless.
She's gonna get her ass beat. Yeah.
And it's probably gonna be a squash unless you make it a hardcore match. But I'm here for that. So, I'm a fan of Meechin.
Yeah.
Shout out locals.
Yeah. And like I said, it's cool to see her Rogues Gallery come together. So,
I wouldn't put. I guess she would be a B tier Rogues Gallery because I feel like her A tier is still Bianca.
Oh well, yeah. Bianca hasn't showed up.
Naya
for this time.
Naomi.
I mean, your challengers can change in time too.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, this is her first reign, so maybe that's a second reign thing.
Tiffany,
not to say,
yeah.
Because Bianca, I feel like if it's Bianca, I told you, I would want her to beat Bianca at Mania, but I agree similarly where it's that's a huge ask, dog.
One loss on her record.
Yeah, and to have Jade, obviously, that's another beautiful black woman you put over. It's not like I don't think Bianca would be like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that or some shit. But just the character of Bianca Belair,
Super Cena right there.
Exactly. I'm just that's a pill to swallow. I'm like, what kind of universe are we in? I would need I would hopefully Jade would be almost not CM Punk level. You got to get great on the mic though. I would love that if she gets somewhere in that, I don't know, Becky. Yeah, Becky range. Becky's probably the best on the mic for all of the women I can think of. If she gets into that Becky, Alexa range,
yeah,
I could fuck with that for sure. But yeah, that was the last thing that I had. Was I would like for. Jade's already doing it because she's just on patrol. It seems of just the women's division at all time. Whereas she's just up for any sucker shit any woman is doing. But I kind of want to see her like instead of having a match, like she's walking backstage, right? Like she's just checking in on the women's locker room and shit. Just have her like go to catering. What the fuck you say? Just have her on some like, semi-bully shit. Like I said, that's clearly where she's at. Like, so I like it. But yeah, that's it that I had from.
I want her to do the Ashley Banks from Fresh Prince, like back up, mind your business, just mind your business. Yeah, that's it for me on SmackDown as well. Holidays, so a lot of tapings are going on. I saw there were some spoilers that are being put on the internet.
Oh, right now already?
Yeah, what's happened next next week. So I didn't see much. I saw CM Punk doing a Samoan spike to Solo. That happened on SmackDown apparently.
Okay.
It was only like a still from like somebody's like ringside camera seat. But let's go to champions. You want to start off? Because
I got a mental one. I just wrote down in my head because it was this is from because it's not a good name. I'm pretty sure this is from definitely from X-Men, either X-Men or X-Men Evolution. This is so where exactly do you go when you're teleport? This is Cyclops. It's called the Brimstone Dimension. Nightcrawler title to Jason Jordan for coming out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, I said in the moment when we're watching that, and Michin gets a full like home run swing wind up, cracks her in the back, and then just great, obviously, like work by everybody in this. But like for me to believe that you're actually gonna do it, but you take so much of a stand back, like she takes a few steps back, like, oh, I'm really gonna dig into this bitch, and then Jason Jordan just bam. Like the comics, it's like out of nowhere.
Good.
Like I'm like, nigga, first of all, I ain't seen Jason Jordan in a while.
Yeah,
and I'm like, we know he's in the backstage producer role and shit, but like, he should be in ring. Like I'm like, if you're still that agile, you should be in ring.
Probably wish he could. It was probably like concussions or something.
Yeah, it's all those concussions and like neck compressions that the Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan's be having.
So, my champion of the week, Malcolm X. Quote, a man who stands for nothing will fall for anything. To Mick Foley. Earlier this week, he wrote in a somewhat, not too lengthy, but a couple paragraphs on his Instagram page that he is parting ways with WWE due to the relationship with Donald Trump and will not be coming back until they sever that relationship or Trump is out of office. And so shout out to Mick. Don't want to dive too into it. This is not a political podcast, but obviously we have our opinions and our positions. And again, support for Mick.
Y'all shit is too sweet over here.
This is why Foley is God.
Yeah.
Until he fucks up and shows something. But right now you're showing that like, hey, I have sensibility. I have morals. I stand for something. And I see that like, I might, all these residuals, they talking about removing him from the current game right now.
Oh wow, that's some petty shit.
No, not even. I mean, for legal purpose, like you're not paying for him, so it's like you can't use his likeness in these games if you have severed the relationship. So it's like that's a legal standpoint.
That's a contract thing, though. The contract signed, so
no, I think it's over now. I thought it was going to be over when his contract was up, but then I think they just were like, okay, we just end this right now.
Yeah,
and so, but yeah, shout out to Mick. Thank God, because obviously WWE has definitely been a lot more right-leaning. We always known they're right-leaning, but they've been a lot more forward-facing with their right-leaning.
Little
both
do we know.
On the show and other settings as far as just being at the White House and Linda McMahon being a part of the education department and whatnot. So
Secretary of Education.
Yeah,
she's the woman.
So, shout out to Mick for standing on something positive.
Well, I feel you.
Anything else for the show?
No, that's it. Just a base kid from Bloomington, Indiana. Shout out to Mick. That's all.
Yeah, I'm from Indiana.
That's what it says right there. I just
he's
looked it up.
He's from Long Island.
That shit says Bloomington, Indiana when I looked it up.
Nah.
Oh, am I tripping? That's why you saw me looking at my phone just now.
Is that the Google search?
On his Wikipedia?
He's from,
born.
Yeah,
born. There you go. Okay, sure.
Yeah, he's from
Long
Island.
All right. Well, yeah, that was the quick search. So yeah, born in Indiana. Whatever. Yeah. Still counts. This is just a base kid. That's all I was gonna say. Follow us on our socials. Follow us here on this YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch y'all next week. It will be our second annual Uppies. get all the champions of the year.
Yeah.
That'll be our special episode. We should probably spend at least like half. We're gonna keep it super light on
that. Might even be the whole episode. Yeah, we gotta keep it light because I mean, there's all
not. Yeah, exactly. We'll just take the one thing from each week, like from each show.
Yeah, but I'm excited. The Uppies, it's only our second one, but it's already turned into one of my favorite episodes of the year. So excited to have to do the homework of trying to remember everything for our categories and whatnot. But yeah, I'm excited for the Uppies, and we'll see who wins awards next week.
Yep, for sure.
And that's it. We'll catch y'all for next week's episode 77. Peace, y'all.